Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. I don't wear my Colorado shirt, sorry. I was probably supposed to wear my KC shirt, but I decided to wear my Colorado stuff. The Kansas City Chiefs played those Broncos. Their offense was kept in tame on Thursday, but their defense was good against a not very good defense. Seems to be the defense is playing better than the offense. The offense needs to wake up. The Chiefs' defense was great again on Thursday night as they only allowed 8 points. The Chiefs haven't let up more than 21 this whole entire season. And they're the only team to do that. And while points are the most important thing, because why? Because that's the way you win. When you score more points, you win. Chris Jones was great. Justin Reed was unbelievable last night. He had 1 sack, 1 recovery for fumble, and 6 tackles. He had a little injury, but he seemed to be okay. The defense might be so good they carry him to Super Bowl champions, but I think the offense needs to get better in order for them to become Super Bowl champions. The receiver weren't getting open enough. It seemed to be Mahomes, Kelsey, and Isaiah Pacheco seemed to be the only 3 players down on the field. The 4th down calls were terrible. A couple of them, Jerick McKinnon, and one of them was terrible. Snap to Kelsey. If you're going to do that, let Kelsey run. Also, don't forget about the quarterback sneak. I know Mahomes got hurt on it once, but it was a one-time fluke. You could also do a running back play with Pacheco or a fullback drive with somebody else. Even think about Kelsey. We don't have to necessarily have a fullback to do a fullback drive. A tight end can do just as a good job. He's just big and he only has to get 1 yard. The Chiefs need to run more single back, in my opinion. They also need to run more. They want a jet sweep. They need to run it underneath the single back if it's only a 4th and 1. I know that sometimes play doesn't work though. I'd just rather give it up the middle or let Chase Daniels do the quarterback sneak if we're not going to run it with Patrick Mahomes, since they're all scared. We could maybe adapt the scrum play, although that doesn't seem to work. They tried the scrum play it had Tommy Townsend run it, and that play was so crappy I didn't even think he got more than a yard, but he didn't get the try 2 that he was supposed to get for the 4th down, and it was just like a regular quarterback sneak. He got more yards than he was supposed to get, but he did not get the 1st down. The Chiefs did not do well in the red zone. They need to get better at that. Stats at the end of the game, Patrick Mahomes had 306, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He needs to be making better decisions and throwing the ball deep a little bit more. The Chiefs haven't been doing that well. Justin Watson got hurt. He is the leading receiver. He is out for a couple weeks due to a hand injury. Isaiah Pacheco had 62 yards and about over 100 purpose yards. Travis Kelce had 124 receiving. He got 1 in the end zone, but the Chiefs need to be maybe even keying on him more. Rashid Rice was good last night with 72. He's still got improvement to do this season, though. The Broncos, in my opinion, should have ran the ball a lot more. Russell Wilson had a not a good game. He had under 100 yards again. Final was 19-8. We'll go through this game rather quickly. It'll be one of the best games of the day. Titans and Ravens from London. The Ravens are coming off a loss to the Steelers in which they only scored 10 points. The Steelers made an INT and then scored a touchdown to go ahead 14-10 would add a field goal. They're coming off a loss to the Colts, who are surprisingly having a good season. The Colts, I'm going to take the Ravens in this Colts-Titans game. The line is 4.5. I'm taking the Ravens 20-13. Kick is at 8:30 Central from London. The Bears game, just because I think it would be great to hear them. I don't know, to give my fans some love, I guess. My Bears fans some loves, even though they suck. The Bears coming off a performance in what was their best game of the season. They played the Commanders. The Vikings will play the Bears, who have had a lot of close games. The Bears are 1-4, and so are the Vikings. The Vikings have been better as they've played close games, but it'll be interesting to watch this game. Minnesota players to watch out for and Bears, DJ Moore and Jordan Addison. The best receiver on the Vikings, Justin Jefferson, is going to be out for at least 3 weeks. I'll take the Minnesota in the over 26-20. It'll be Kirk Cousins and Justin Fields. Game time at the quarterback positions. Game time is at 12. The Commanders and the Falcons will play. Both teams are 2-3. Both teams have young quarterbacks, Sam Howell and Desmond Ridder, who neither have been very good this year. The game time is at 12. Line is 2.5. I'll take the Falcons 30-27. The Falcons are favored in that game. The Dolphins, who are off to a good start, will be doing the quarterback Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama and Bryce Young also from Alabama. Tua has been really good this year. Bryce Young, for his first season, not so much. Adam Thielen, though, has been good for the receiver position. And Tyreek Hill, who's been having one hell of a season and leads his NFL in yards. Game time is at 12. The Dolphins are off to a good start at 5-1. The Panthers are off to a terrible start at 0-5. The Panthers are the only team without a win in the NFL. The Dolphins are favored by 14. I'll take the Dolphins by 20, 40-20. And only his 6th week. So look for a good quarterback matchup there. Derek Carr and C.J. Stroud. Nico Collins has been good for the Texans as well. I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans 23-20, losing by 35, 38-3, and 33. $35-3 the week before. The Raiders have had a lot of close games, including the Packers, where they won that game. The Raiders are 2-3. The Pats are 1-4. Game time is at 3:05. The line is 3. Pats and Raiders suck, but I'll take the Raiders by 10 if that tells in condition about how bad the Patriots really are. I'll take the Raiders 26-16. Game time is at 12. The game of the day, possibly the Bengals and Seahawks. The Bengals are 3-1. The Bengals are native nuts. Another win maybe, as they are 2-3. Geno Smith will be the comeback player of the year from last year. Will be up against Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow did not have a good rookie season. Both are looking good now. It will be DJ Metcalf, who has had some great past seasons and was one of the best players in the league, against receiver Jamar Chase for the Bengals. Game time is at 12 for the Bengals and Seahawks. The Colts will play the Jaguars again. Players to watch out for are Travis Etienne and Jonathan Taylor, who gets his second week back. They also have a good running back in Zach Moss, who will back up Jonathan Taylor, who just got a new contract. The Lions will play the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers and Lions are off to a good start. The Lions are favored by 3. The Buccaneers are 3-1. The Lions are 4-1 with a bye last week of the Buccaneers. Let's look at the wide receiver position. Amon St. Brown, who's had a very good season, and the wily veteran Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. For the quarterback positions, it will be Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff. Has thrown 7 touchdowns and 2 INTs. Jared Goff has had a good season with 9 touchdowns and 3 INTs. For the Buccaneers and Lions game, that game airs at 3:25. Chris Godwin had a good game 114 yards for receivers as we outlined it as a player to watch. Game time is at 3:25. Eagles and Jets. We'll look at the defensive tackles. Quentin Williams and rookie for the Eagles, Jalen Carter. Carter has been meeting expectations so far as he was the 10th player in the draft. Quentin Williams is typically known as the third defensive player. Aaron Donald, Chris Jones of the Chiefs, who is having a heck of a season. Quentin Williams is also having a very good season. As we said, he was the third best defensive end. We discussed McCole Hardman on College Football Tuesday. If he could become a Chief, he is on the trade block for the Jets. Quarterback to watch out for, Jalen Hurts, who is having an MVP type of season, and Zach Wilson, who is looking better in his last two games as they won their last game and lost to the Chiefs in a close one. Game time for the Jets and Eagles is at 3:25. The Giants and Bills. The Giants are off to a bad start. This game might not be what we expected. The 3:25 game before the Bills and Giants will be the Cardinals-Rams, a battle for last place. Geno Smith and Josh Dobbs. Jared Goff and what it'll be for the Cardinals will be Josh Dobbs. For the Rams, it will be Matthew Stafford. Two teams are off to a bad start at 1-4. Marquise Brown, who used to be really good with an adequate quarterback, which I'm not sure Josh Dobbs is. And for the Rams, it will be Puka Nacua, who is second in the most in receiving yards. That game kicks at 3:25. Cardinals and Rams. Sunday night game will be Bills versus the Giants. You may have thought this game was going to be a good game at the beginning of the year, but right now it does not seem like that as the Giants are off to a bad start. Look for Edward Oliveira and Dexter Lawrence at the defensive position tackle. He has been a very good player throughout his career. However, he has 0 sacks as he hopes for a breakout game tonight. He has no sacks this season. Edward Oliveira has 4 sacks this season. It was said on Giants Wire that they rated number 1 Dexter Lawrence, which is why I picked him. Game time is at 7:20 for Sunday Night Football. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's